again. Welcome back to the School of Magic. My name is Magic Peter, and today we're doing a card trick that uses a clock. Are you intrigued? I'm going to do it on the table, so come down here and take a look. So, time for magic. This is a trick using a deck of cards and a clock. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the cards and I'm going to ask you to take, how high is that? That's all right, right, okay. So, time for magic. This trick uses a deck of cards and a clock face. I'm going to ask you to take the cards and take a number of cards off the top of the deck, a number between 1 and 12, and then put them in your pocket and hide them, okay? Now, because you're not here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to push over a few cards, I don't know how many that is, and I'll just hide them under my mat here like this, okay? So you can still see them. So, now you would have done that when I had my back turned, so I wouldn't see how many cards you'd taken. Then you give me the cards back. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to make a clock face with them. We're going to need 12 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards, okay? And we're going to make a clock face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? And now I need the help of my psychic pen. My psychic pen will tell me how many cards you've taken off the top of the deck. Are you ready? Psychic pen, tell me how many cards were taken off the top of the deck. Psychic pen, tell me how many cards were... Oh. The psychic pen is pointed to the number 7. Let's have a look. Let's take these cards away. We don't need these anymore. Now 7. Let's have a look. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The psychic pen strikes again. But not only that, look. The psychic pen really did know which card to point to. How about that? That is time for magic. So how is the trick done? Well, I will tell you. To start off, you decide which card you want to be your prediction. Okay, it doesn't have to be the 7 of hearts, but for this example, we'll stick with the same card, the 7 of hearts. Okay. Then you draw yourself a clock face and numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just like appears on a clock face. Okay, and you put that piece of paper over your prediction. Now that prediction could just be written down. It doesn't have to be a duplicate of the card. So we could have just had a piece of paper with 7 of hearts written on it. Okay. But then you find the card that you're using as the prediction in this pack that you're going to use. And what I did was I used a pencil and I just put a couple of very small dots on the top left and bottom right corners of the cards. Now, you won't be able to see those and the audience won't be able to see them because they're not looking for a mark on the back of the cards. Only I'm looking for a mark on the back of the cards. So I can see it because I know what I'm looking for, but the audience, the spectators, won't know it's there. That's my little secret. But just so you can follow along, for the explanation, I'm going to put 2 big black dots on the card like that. Okay, can you see that? Okay, yeah. Now, you won't miss that. When you perform this trick, just use a little pencil dot, all right? But just for this explanation, so you can see what's happening, I'm going to use this one with the big black ink dots. Now, the next thing you need to do is take 12 cards, because we're going to use a clock with 12 numbers on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I put this card, the prediction card, remember, with the dots on it, on top of the deck, and then put all these cards on top, the prediction card is now the 13th card in the deck, okay? Because I've got the other 12 cards on top. Now, you just perform the trick exactly as I performed it, because it works for itself. You say to the spectator, I want you to take the cards, I'm going to turn my back, and while my back is turned, I want you to count off any number of cards between 1 and 12 and put them in your pocket. Do it silently so I can't hear how many cards you're taking, but just take off as many cards as you want between 1 and 12 and put them in your pocket. Now, I'll pretend I'm the spectator now, look, and I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards and put them in my pocket. And I'll just slip them under the mat again. There. And then the spectator gives you the cards back. So, you don't know how many cards the spectator's got, but the cards do. I know that sounds crazy, but they do, because if you now count the 12 cards you're going to need, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay? Pick them all up, and then, let's get those out of the way, and then make your clock face starting at number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now remember, because we put a dot on the back of this card here, we can see it. And it's sitting at the position number 5. So then we just do some mumbo jumbo and say, oh, we think it's number 5. We can take all these cards away, like that. And now we can say, so the psychic pen or the card fairy or whatever device we're using to do the magic thinks that you took 5 cards. And if you count the cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It works itself. Now that in itself is a good trick. But if you then explain to the audience that the psychic pen or the card fairy or the great Misto, if that's your stage name, knew which card would be the right answer, because he put that card on the table before we started. So you've not only correctly worked out how many cards the audience member took, the spectator took, but you also worked out which card would be at that number on the clock face. And that is a trick called Time for Magic. So there you go. That's a trick called Time for Magic. It's a very simple trick. You just need to be able to count to 13 so that you can place the card that you've marked with the dots at the 13th position in the deck. And then after that, the cards do all the work for you. It's self-working. So I hope you have fun performing that for your friends and family. After this coronavirus pandemic has finished and we're all back at school, or if you're a bit older than that, if you're back at work in the office, don't forget the magic that you've learned while we've been on lockdown. I hope you have as much fun performing magic as I do. There was a time though, 20 years ago, when I wasn't performing magic. I'd given up magic for about 20 years, and then I saw a trick performed, a card trick performed in a bar when I was on holiday about 20 years ago. And I was so amazed by it and so excited that it got me back into performing magic. And now here I am 20 years later, I'm performing magic for a living, it's my job, and I've got this School of Magic, and I'm teaching you to do magic tricks as well. So if you've got time for magic tomorrow, come back to the School of Magic. I'm going to show you the trick that got me back into magic. So I hope I see you tomorrow. Bye. Who's the guy who's full of fun? Magic.